Amazing game. Amazing game. And on the set now, we're joined by Adam Eaton. And you, of course, were in the middle of all that. What do you take from this game beyond the play at first? Like, where do you go?
No, I think, just like you said, to be honest with you, what a whirlwind of a game. We knew we had a tough task against Verlander going in, but it seems like, these guys around me as well just kind of rise to the occasion and continue to grind out at bats. You got to hand to Strasburg, though. He had an edge to him tonight, had a great game plan going in with Yan Gomes, and executed perfectly. Yeah,
I would think that the top-line story is what Stephen Strasburg has done throughout his entire postseason, and certainly – you know him. This is a little different guy. What's unique about it? What's different?
Well, his edge. Strauss and Max are polar opposites. If you look at the two guys, Max is constant fury, constant locked in, constant just angry pitcher. And then Strauss is a very, has his wherewithals, goes in there, does it as mechanically sound as possible. But tonight he had an edge to him. He had a little bit of anger, and I think when he pitches with a lot of anger, especially in a lot of anger in the postseason.
A little Garrett Cole in him. We saw that anger from that guy.
And honestly, you see some of the great pitchers in the history of baseball. They all have that edge, and Strauss is no different. He just does a little quieter, but when he has that edge,
look out.
Yeah, look out is right.
Take us through the at-bat against Verlander when you tied the score.
I think with how to approach these guys more than ever. You have your statistics, you have your percentages. Teixeira knows, when they double up on pitches, when they throw in and out percentages. And he threw me a slider, get me over slider first pitch, and he's been kind of double up on his pitches here lately. So I was like, you know what, let's just sell out for another slider. And
you like hitting at this ballpark. And you like doing that with Howie. Take me to where that came from with you and Howie doing the race.
I got the T-shirt on right here, so. We should stop then. No, but we love to drive. We're big car guys. I've been my dad drag race as a kid. Howie's always been a big car guy. And about the All-Star break, they have all their dances and everything like that. We're like, let's drive. We want to drive. And all of a sudden we start driving, start hitting home runs, and it seems like everyone kind of enjoys it. But this guy, holy cow!
Right, that was a holy cow performance. Anthony Rendon joining us.
Hey, come on.
Anthony, tell us what this game to play in was like.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I just try to keep it simple.
We know that. We see that.
90-foot bases, 315 left, whatever you want to call it. I feel like the more you get in your head, the more you try to, get hyped up with the crowd and whatnot, then you get out of your element and you're not yourself.
Anthony, what does this say about your team that you lost 3 in a row at home and came in here and beat this team on a night you could have been eliminated? What's that say about your team?
Man, I just think that's what we've been doing all year. We've been resilient. We've had our backs against the wall for some time now, but when everybody gave up on us, but we stuck together in the clubhouse no matter what was going on, and that's all we could do.
Is there something about this ballpark that you guys like? Because, you've really turned it on, but it's
the left field Crawford box is right.
You know what? And there's a lot of ballparks that when you just get in the box and you see something short, you're like, man, I'm feeling sexy right now. Is that kind of what we're dealing with?
I never feel sexy. He might feel sexy, but I do not.
Definitely. I think, there's some factors and variables like that go into play. We're not all Juan Soto that could put it up on the freaking train tracks opposite field, so I think that's a factor.
Where do you get the low pulse, no rapid heartbeat from, and has always been that way?
Yeah, I think so. This is how I was raised. My parents are both quiet people. They're out in the boonies right now in Richmond. They just got their 3 acres. They're to themselves. They go to work. They come back, and they do their thing.
Do they watch you on television?
They do. They're here now. They're here.
Okay. All right.
They made the drive in.
This was the home run. Tell us what it does feel like when you do look. This is sort of like the green monster, but there's no monster out there.
That's still a pretty big wall. But I feel like you can't get out of your routine or whatnot. If you try to start yanking balls, and next thing you know, you're pulling your head or your upper body's flying open. So you got to try to stay compact, and hopefully you just get the head out.
And then what are you saying to yourself? Because the home run comes immediately after that entire controversy at first base. Are you tunnel visioned? How did you manage to deal with all that was going on?
I actually enjoyed it. Not the call aspect of it, but I was just hanging out and sitting on the top step over there, or the railing.
You're beautiful.
I'm going to tell you how it is.
Adam, what has it been like to watch Juan Soto hit this year, and then what he's done in this postseason?
I'm not surprised. I discussed earlier in the press conference where we've come from spring training has been a crazy journey. Robles and Soto as the outfield group and how far they've come. They asked me if I needed to tell him something. I'm like, I'm trying to pick his brain. I'm trying to get what I can do better. But it doesn't surprise me. He puts in the work. He works his tail off. He picks up things so quickly. His mind just it works so beautifully with baseball. He's such a fast motor and it processes things, and it truly shows. Like you said, he holds the bat all the way to first base.
Did you like that?
Did I like it? I think it's kind of neat. I don't know.
Anthony, you like that?
I mean, the whole motto this year was let the kids play, and he's still a kid apparently.
We play loud, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Were you privy to the Max Scherzer is up and loosening and warming? Was he going to come in the game?
Yeah, we actually talked about that in the dugout. I was like, is Max in a coma right now? Because he usually needs like 20 hours of sleep before a start. And I think someone had told me that he was actually in the bullpen. I was like, oh, all right.
What do you expect from him tomorrow?
I mean, him to be Max Scherzer. I mean, you guys know. You guys have been watching him for a while now. He's fiery. He's a competitor, and he's going to give it everything he has.
All right. That was a fantastic game, boys. Thank you very much for joining us here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Anthony Rendon. And, of course, Adam Eaton, two guys that were stars that shined in this Game 6. They will now go back to the clubhouse. And that sort of personality is unique from Rendon for many baseball players. Isn't it that laid low, and it works for him brilliantly.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.